and I'm an award-winning internet strategist, social media manager, business consultant, blogger, and speaker. And today I want to talk to you about overcoming your fear of speaking in public. Recently, I joined a challenge, and in that challenge, I was told that I need to get out in my local community and speak to groups about what I do. And so I thought about how many people, don't like to speak in public. They don't like public speaking. I grew up speaking, so I'm used to getting out, meeting people, networking, and speaking. And so tonight, I want to give you some tips about how you can become a successful public speaker. And it starts very close to home. You know, prepare your speech and then present it to family and friends, people that you trust and people that know you the best. And so they can determine, if you sound authentic, if you are bringing up, good points, and they can give you some positive and some constructive feedback. So always try to create a speech that you can present to family and friends before you get out in public and present it. Also, record your speech. Videos, are very popular now, so videotape yourself using your iPhone, your iPad, or whatever you have. And, let people listen to your speech and see how you sound and what you're saying. And that way, it'll give you some definite areas that you can improve on. The second thing you want to do is you want to remember your key points of your speech, and also you want to remember your subtopics and examples that you're going to give during your speech. And the reason you don't want to memorize your speech, but you just want to memorize your points, is because you don't want to lose your, thought process. If you forget what you're saying, you can't shuffle through your note cards at that point. So you don't want to memorize it. You want it to be natural, and you want to have an icebreaker. And an icebreaker is when you tell a joke or something that will help get the room to be on one accord and to come in and to listen to what you're saying, and then relax. So always break the ice, or use a quote or use something that people can relate to, and that helps you to reduce stress. Don't necessarily use a PowerPoint for everything that you're going to say, but what you can do is use it to make, highlight the important points of what you're talking about. So, you don't want to have bullet points of every single thing you're going to say, because then your listeners are distracted, and instead of listening to you, they're reading your PowerPoint. So you want to definitely use a visual, but you want it to support what you're talking about, and you don't want people reading word for word what you're saying. So you want it to be concise. You want to maybe have an image, and then maybe one or two points that you're bringing to the audience, but you don't want it to be word for word. You also want to network, so get to the event early and talk to people who are attending the event. And that way, when you're speaking, you have faces and names of people that you've met, and basically try to, identify people that are going to be seated in the first and second row, so that, when you're speaking, you can look over at them, and, you can get a feel for, how they feel about what you're speaking of. And then that way, or family members or friends, if they're willing to go, you can always have them sit in the audience, so that, if you are feeling stress or whatever, you can look over at them and you can get some type of, feel for how the speech is going. So all these things, and never forget to smile. At some points during the presentation, always put a smile on, because, people like it when you're happy, and they can feel what you feel. So if you're positive, and of course you're going to be maybe nervous. It's not unusual to have butterflies when you go into an event and speak. But this way, people feel, they feel comfortable with you, and they feel confident that you're an expert in your area, and they'll hear that in, what you have to share with them. So be sure to follow those tips. And then at the end, always have a Q&A session where people can ask you questions and you can, answer their questions. And never forget to do your call to action, your CTA. It's very important. You'll pick up clients and you'll learn more about how to help people solve their problems. So this is Catherine Weathersby once again. You can connect with me at CatherineMakesMoney@gmail.com, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care, and thanks for listening.